exclusive presentation of the Yes Network.
This is Center Stage with Michael Kay, presented by your Tri-State Land Rover retailers. Here's your host, Michael Kay.
Thank you, everybody, and welcome to Center Stage. Today's guest was born and raised in Brooklyn. As a child, he ran the mean streets of Brownsville until being sent to a reform school in upstate New York. There he learned to box and eventually caught the eye of legendary trainer Cus D'Amato. Under his tutelage, he quickly rose through the ranks to become the youngest heavyweight champion in the history of boxing. A frightening physical specimen, he instilled terror in his opponents even before the fights began. He was the model of a supreme gladiator, unbeaten and unbeatable, dispatching opponents in short order. He thrilled boxing fans, and his fights became must-see events and box office gold. After a monumental upset loss, his image in and outside the ring spiraled downward due to several bizarre incidents at a prison term. In 2008, he was the subject of a profoundly honest documentary that displayed his human side. He is currently taping and starring in a new TV show that examines the world of pigeon racing. Please welcome the champ, Iron Mike Tyson. Mike, thank you for coming. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
How you doing?
Man, I don't know. I'm just, I feel awesome.
And you get the love from the crowd. Do you sense that people love you?
Recently, it's been becoming more tangible to me because, you know, I come from a bad neighborhood, so I go through spells of a lot of self-loathing. I don't use that for no excuse. That's just something I deal with, but I'm truly appreciative and grateful.
Did you realize, Mike, when you were champ, how feared and frightening you were to the other people?
The reason why I was that way, Cus D'Amato at one time said, I wish you were bigger. He said, I wish you had a body like Ken Norton so you can intimidate people. And whoa. And in that way, it made me feel, he never said I wasn't going to make it, but he had said something I didn't possess. So I felt like, wow. So I just tried to be mean and evil and intimidating. That's why I was that particular mentality of a fighter.
Now, for so long a period of time, Mike, you seemed invincible in the ring. How did that feel to you?
And many times I want to tell people, well, this happened and made me start feeling this way, but Cus D'Amato programmed me since he met me, and in a weird way, he said, you're God among human beings. You know, I was just 12 years old. I didn't even know what great was.
So that's all you really knew then?
Yeah.
What he taught you? All right, let's try to understand your upbringing, Mike. At 2 years old, your dad left the family. Then what happened from that point? How did the family get to Brownsville?
I remember being born in this place, Fort Greene, Cumberland Hospital. Then I remember coming to Myrtle Avenue, and it was a decent neighborhood in Bedford-Stuyvesant. Then I remember moving to Brownsville, and it was just a totally different dynamics. You know, these people are outside late at night drinking, smoking, cursing, using profanity. But there was no security there. You know, you just open game. Everything's fair.
What was pre-Brownsville Mike Tyson like? Because I heard you're a pretty docile person before Brownsville.
Yeah, I'm pretty docile now, but no, yeah, I know, ironically, right? But it's just that you know, certain things trigger me. Mm-hmm. You know, what I mean, certain words, certain things trigger me when I was younger back then. You know, and it puts you in that state of insecurity, and so when I'm insecure and frightened, I strike out.
What kind of things triggered you, Mike?
There's people picking on me, take my money, take my pigeons, and one day a friend of mine said, "Fight back," and I fought.
Now, why do people pick on you specifically?
I don't know, because I had a high-pitched voice. I was really obesely overweight, and so I would never go to school. But this guy took one of my pigeons, and my friend said, fight him. I guess I beat him up and stuff. Two guys wailing at each other, but the real actuality was that I did some shuffle because I saw some of my friends doing that shuffle, and everybody applauded. And I must have been 10 years old.
And you had never fought before?
Never in my life.
Tell me about the apartment in Brownsville. What was life like there? Was it tough? Did you guys have any kind of money at all?
No money, but with never a shortage of drugs and alcohol, though, but no money at all. But no money at all.
Tell me about the Jolly Stompers. What were they, and how did you get involved?
They were a gang in the 70s, and I was just admirers of them and stuff.
Right.
You know what I mean? These were tough guys and stuff, and they would be always wars. But when I came up, it was totally different. Now we're shooting people.
So it was just fights then it was killing.
Yeah, in the late 70s, totally different game. People are dying, young kids are dying. I did a robbery. My friend's sister told me, I seen her come to the courtroom with the teacher. You know, she's a criminal, she's a thief too, but she came and told on me.
Right.
You know, and I went to a spa for the reformatory for kids in the Bronx. I was getting in trouble. I think I stabbed somebody there so they shipped me to another place that was really horrible.
Is that Triron?
Yeah. When I went there, I got in trouble and they sent me to the lockup door where you can't go outside where they bring the food to you. It's just really crazy stuff. I'm just a kid, you know, it's like.
Yeah, see, that's what I wanted to ask you. Are you afraid? I mean, what's going on with my life? What kind of life is this?
No, because when I go in that place, everybody from Brownsville are in these places, so it's like I'm at a family reunion or I'm at a family reunion or you know, the 20-year reunion of school. This is, hey, what's up, y'all, my man? Yo, you better give him what he wants. They're telling these guys in the car when all these guys get together. And really the worst thing that ever happened to me, I got sent to the college where they lock you up. You can't come out to call the clothes. And it was this Irish guy in there named Bobby Stewart. And this guy would take all the guys over there, and they're coming back on them from the other side with like broken noses and cracked ribs, and they're punching out. But they're happy. So I'm looking, I said, what's up with these guys? What's up? We're boxing Mr. Stewart over there today. And so I looked at Mr. Stewart, I could kick Mr. Stewart ass. So I'm looking at this guy, and so, no, this is really serious stuff. I go in there and stuff, and he's an arrogant Mr. Stewart too, right? He has no, so I'm just wailing away. I'm wailing. I don't know anything about fight, but I'm just wailing. And he hit me in the stomach. And anything I must have ate for 2 weeks came up. And after he did, I said, sir, can you teach me how to do that? I never thought about it, but I wanted to knock out some people in the street so I could steal their money. All right, so if you want to learn, you just do your room, clean your room, and do good in school. But I did all that stuff. Man, I didn't know how to spell cat, but I was getting my little honor rolls in this juvenile detention, right? And he starts teaching me this stuff, right? I turned into this model thug guy. I'm talking real nice like that, sir. No, ma'am, I'm really like this Thomas black kid. Yes, ma'am. No, sir. Yes. Yeah. And this is a person that wants to improve himself. He didn't like his life. He wants to improve it. And so I understand that now. I didn't understand that back then. So anyway, I went over there and he told me that we could take you. I don't want you to go back to Brooklyn because you're going to get killed or you're going to go to prison. And I'm saying, yeah, most likely, yeah. So he took me to meet Cuz. And so when I met him, Cuz said, do you want to be I'm 12. Do you want to be heavyweight champion? Well, I'll make you the youngest heavyweight champion in the world. So I think this guy's a pervert, you know, coming through that. No, coming from the streets. No, coming through the streets and being a young kid. I didn't know. I said no, but this guy, he said you could be great, and you can help your friends and your family. But I didn't get it, and I didn't know what great was. I was just a young, ignorant cat. I didn't know. I didn't know. He said, do you know what that means to be great? No, sir. And he said, it's like just doing the most difficult thing in the world, but do it with the simplest of ease. And I said, wow, did y'all hear what I said? I said, okay. I'm like 30, I said, okay. And I believed him. I started working.
All right, we're going to tell what happens next because he did become great, and we'll find out how when we return on Center Stage.
Hey, I'm sorry that. Don't worry about it. Because I don't believe this. I don't believe it.
The new Range Rover Evoque. Land Rover, above and beyond.
You have a vision. It's behind everything you do. Even when you least expect it, it comes through. You know what you want, and we can help make it real. You need choices? We've got all kinds, including special finishes and papers. And they're all absolutely guaranteed. Because you have a vision, and we have your card. 500 start at just $9.99 when you enter BC500 at Vistaprint.com.
Sir, this alien life form is growing at an alarming rate.
Growing fast, you say?
We can't contain it any longer.
You know, that reminds me of how Geico's been the fastest growing auto insurer for over 10 years straight.
Over 10 years?
Mm-hmm. Geico's the company your friends and neighbors trust.
And deservedly so.
Indeed.
Geico. Expect great savings and a whole lot more.
Center Stage on Yes is brought to you in part by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Visit geico.com or call 1-800-947-AUTO.
Welcome back to Center Stage, everybody. We're here with former heavyweight champion of the world, Mike Tyson. So you got sent upstate. Bobby Stewart you worked out with, and then you met Cus D'Amato. So tell me what Cus D'Amato was like, Mike. What type of guy was he, and why did he take an interest in you?
I have no idea. I have no idea why he wanted to even be around. It was disgusting.
Was there a connection? Did you feel a connection?
No, I was afraid. I thought he was a weirdo.
Now, Cus D'Amato was a long-time trainer, legendary in boxing.
But this is what I realized. Cus had a couple of great champions, and he had, back in the 50s and 60s, you had to deal with the mob. And Cus is an arrogant, mean, Italian guy. He lost his mother when he was 2. He lost his brother in 1927. The cop killed his brother. That just haunted him forever. Like, he kept talking about it, kept following the cop till the day he died. I know where he's at. He's in Florida, right? This happened in 1927. All right, Cus? Leave it alone, but
Now, he didn't just teach you boxing, Mike. He also taught you psychological aspects of things as well. He delved deep into you, right?
Oh, absolutely. He believed that you could do anything with your mind. I didn't understand it back then, but if he said something, I thought it was God, so I believed it.
At what point, Mike, did, when you're working with him, that you started to think, you know what? I could be champ. I could be great.
When I was 15.
And did he told you the same thing? He felt that you could be the champ?
No, he thought I could be champ at 15 years old, but he said, like, you don't have enough belief in yourself. This guy, in order to make me this guy who people think I am, this guy broke me down, man. This guy is not like this guy broke me down, and then now he has a blackboard. Now he could do whatever he wants with it. He could design whatever kind of fighter he wants.
Now, when he broke you down, how did he break you down? I mean, he just stripped away everything?
Yeah, he's talking about my character and my discipline, and I didn't know what discipline was, so he explained to that. Discipline is doing what you hate to do, but do it like you love it.
Mike, did you love him or you were afraid of him?
Both.
Really?
Yeah, both.
How did you reconcile that, loving him and being afraid of him?
How do you reconcile that? You're his slave. If he told me to kill you, I would kill you.
Really?
Yeah. Listen. I'm a young black kid from the hood.
Right.
If you said something disrespectful about my fighting, Cus would beat you and stop punching you.
Right. Okay.
So, I said I dedicate my life to him for that. I wish I could say he was just this white man I played. I wish I could say that.
Right.
But that's not how it goes.
Mm-hmm. Do you miss him to this day? Do you think, Mike, that if he had lived, that your life would have been different?
Oh, yeah.
Really?
No doubt.
Tell me about the '84 LA Olympic trials. You lost to Henry Tillman.
Yeah.
How discouraged were you?
Oh, man. I was. After that, I went to 42nd Street down here, right? I smoked a joint in the movie theater.
Right.
And, man, I got depressed. And I would say, man, you let down your whole 500 years of slaves and peasants. You let down.
Because you wanted to go to the Olympics that bad?
No, this is the psychological Cus puts on you.
Okay.
So I left the movie theater, got on the Amtrak, went upstate to Catskill, and it's '84. I didn't lose a fight for 6 years.
We'll talk about that run when we get back as he heads to the heavyweight championship when we return here on Center Stage.
Don't miss a Memorial Day matchup when the Yankees and Blue Jays collide in a rematch north of the border. Tomorrow, as the barbecue cools down, the Bombers heat up.
Oh, did Beltran crush that?
In an early evening showdown against the high-powered Toronto offense. Series coverage starts tomorrow at 6:30, only on Yes.
For this Memorial Day, Honda's celebrating the way Americans celebrate best, with pyrotechnics. Because when you can get a Honda for an incredible holiday deal, we think it's worthy of its own monument. Meet Mount Savemore.
Get into KBB.com's best value brand at the Honda Memorial Day sales event.
Enter a world of blood and steel. Build a mighty fortress. Summon the bravest heroes and fight for glory. Forge alliances with other players. Unite your clan. Send your Vikings on a war of conquest and battle players from around the world. Play Vikings, War of Clans, for free.
This is the way TV used to be.
No, you can't lower your bill. You signed a contract. We got a real Einstein over here.
Read the second page.
It's time to say goodbye to the way TV used to be. With Sling TV, you can instantly stream over 30 live channels, including the most popular sports and shows for just $20 a month. Watch now for 7 days free. Go to slingny.com and take back TV.
Today, we're talking about cars. So, this all-new 2016 Chevy Cruze has built-in 4G LTE Wi-Fi with 24 gigs of data.
Wow.
Using your emojis, describe how you feel about the Cruze.
It's pretty darn cool, man.
The Honda Civic doesn't have all of that.
Is that a Ninja?
Can't be seen in this car.
Current qualified competitive lessees can get this all-new 2016 Chevy Cruze LT with a 24/7 promise for around $169 a month.
Welcome back to Center Stage, everybody. Our guest is heavyweight boxing legend Mike Tyson. Now, Mike, tell me the boxers that you modeled yourself after. You'd watched all those tapes and things like that.
I like Jack Dempsey. I like Sonny Liston. I like Gene Former. You know, these are the guys I emulate. I'm like Rocky, and those are aggressive. Those are bone-breaking fighters. And I used to love this style.
All right, now, you had 11 fights when you turned pro, 8 knockouts in the first round, and then Cuss, who we've been talking about, he dies of pneumonia in November of 1985. Did you think, okay, what's happening to me now? What do I do? I mean, this was the guy who was leading you.
No, everything accelerated. After that, it goes from we're gonna be champion of the world that I'm destined to be the king of the world forever. It goes from that to just being very megalomania, you know, because that's really what it was. When you look at me and Cuss, we sit down, we watch these fights. We're looking at Ali, Frazier, Lewis, and we just talking about how we're gonna beat them. These guys, no way we gotta fight. These guys are so old. If they didn't just retire, these guys have been dead for 10 to 15 years, and he's telling me how we're gonna beat these guys. Like, it's really a fight that we play.
But he had you believe.
No doubt about it.
All right, now, you continue to mow through contenders. After 20 months turning pro, you're 27-0, and on November 22nd, 1986, you get your title shot against Trevor Berbick.
It was so ironic because I saw the fight with him and Muhammad Ali. I thought that he unmercifully beat the crap out of Ali. I thought that he didn't have to do that. And I remember Ali came to the ring and said, kick his ass for me.
Really?
Yeah. And so I said, oh, you got that. Anyway, you got that.
You end up beating him in the second round, knocking him out. Did it seem at the time that it was easy?
You know, if you allow me to express myself without sounding like it's about me, I just knew it like I knew Sunday will follow Saturday. I just knew it would be gone. Yeah, it's just Cuss would tell me that every night. Every conversation we basically had is about me being the champ of the world. If we was arguing, if it was, hey, how you gonna be the champ of the world if you won't even listen to me? It's all about we focus on it. I never had a little child, hey guys, we got trophies, I had to fight. No, it was always champ of the world from the first day. Champion of the world. From the first day, 12 years old, champion of the world.
So when you finally get it that night, do you remember that night? What'd you do after the fight?
I went with Jay Bright, guy that trained me upstairs, Matthew Hilton, who was another great champion from Montreal, and we just got battered and cried.
Really?
Yeah.
It was a good cry, though.
Yeah.
All right, now in '87, you beat James Bone Crusher Smith, and then you beat Tony Tucker, and now you're the undisputed heavyweight champ, and that's really the official beginning, Mike, of Tyson Mania. I mean, the whole world is going crazy for you. Is it going too fast for you? Are you able to feel it?
Yes and no, you know, in a way, because I was, since I was 12, you know, I was pretty much groomed for this, but then I started using my own self-will, you know, let that run riot a little bit, you know, and it just started getting crazy. Boom, get this money, and now the person who guides him and who he's respected is gone, and now he has this money, He had no restrictions. He had nobody say, hey, Mike, put that away for a rainy day. Hey, Mike, matter of fact, let me hold it for you for a rainy day. No, it's nothing, just even redundant stuff. He has have that now. So the only thing he has now who are people around him who are necessarily not bad people, but they have their own interest in mind. You know what I mean?
Your own agenda.
Yeah.
Did you spend it all? I mean, were you spending it as quickly as you're making it?
I had a lot of fun, yeah.
Yeah. Now, in '88, you meet the great Larry Holmes.
Yeah.
Mike, that's the only time he was knocked out in his career. Did you like Larry Holmes?
I admired Larry. Listen, let me tell you what happened. This is cuss. I had said something very complimentary about Larry Holmes after he beat Jerry Cooney. But he said, what, Larry Holmes? Nothing. But what he said, he didn't like the fact that I gave any fighters a compliment that's in my weight division.
Gotcha.
He said, you have to reign solely supreme. Anything that you like, you have to despise.
Now, after you fought him, though, did you have a good relationship with him after that?
No, because Larry Holmes is really, he's be older, like I'm older, and we're not as brass and we're not as confident probably when we were younger. We have that zest because in the fighting world, this man is an animal. This man's not afraid of nobody. This guy's been champion for 7.5 years, almost surpassed Joe Louis' defense record. This is an awesome fight, and I'm so happy that he had 2.5 years off when I fought him.
Right.
Now imagine if he would have trained and got prepared like that, and then they fought me. It wouldn't have been that easy of a fight, I don't think. And he was 40 years old. It wouldn't have been that easy of a fight.
Now, when he was here, Mike, he actually said that he tried to give young fighters advice about Don King and saving their money. Did he ever talk to you about that stuff?
Well, I never, of course, I'm with Don King. Anybody don't like Don, I don't like them. That's the kind of guy I am. If I'm with somebody, if you don't like him, then I'm gonna attack you.
When you met Don King, did you like him right away?
I thought he was cool. He was pretty flashy. He talked my lingo back then. Yeah, he's a scoundrel, but listen, can I tell you something? It takes one to know one, you know? I'm not no church choir boy, and I'm not no imam. I'm just as rotten as he was. I am just a maniac, man. I'm just a wild man, and whatever happened to me, I deserve. I brought it on myself, and I did it with I was just uninhibited about it, and I knew what the situation. Of course, you know, I'm not a total moron. I've read about Ray Robinson, I've read about Joe Louis, and I've seen all these situations. But greatness is the attempt for greatness. I'll say the attempt for greatness is the biggest drug in the world. You know, because after fighting, I tried every drug in the world. It just doesn't do it. It just doesn't do it. A couple of ODs and everything. It just doesn't do it. If you're trying to get this that championship, that high over drugs, you're gonna die. It doesn't work.
We'll be back with Mike Tyson on Sunday.
Hey Yankees fans, if you're a DirecTV, Optimum, or Time Warner cable subscriber, now you can stream live Yankees games on Yes using the Fox Sports Go app.
Oh, yeah, see ya!
Catch every big pitch.
He got him!
Every home run swing.
There it goes! What a blast!
Every Yankees game on Yes, wherever you go with Fox Sports Go.
Look, this isn't easy for me either, but it just feels right.
This isn't how we raised you.
You never wanted to try it?
Enough.
You must have known I was a little different.
Not this different.
Start your own legacy with the power of Infinity. Lease the QX50 for $319 a month at your Tri-State Infinity retailer.
Juice before you go?
Hit me.
Just the paper today.
Hit me.
More coffee?
Hit me.
Esurance was born online, which means fewer costs, which saves money. Their customer experience is virtually paperless, which saves paper, which saves money. They have smart online tools, so you only pay for what's right for you, which saves money. They settle claims quickly, which saves time, which saves money. They drive an all-hybrid claims fleet, which saves gas, which saves money. They were born online and built to save money, which means when they save, you save. That's auto and home insurance for the modern world. Esurance, an Allstate company. Click or call.
The new Range Rover Evoque. Land Rover, above and beyond.
This is Center Stage, and the one and only Iron Mike Tyson is here with us. Now, you're the heavyweight champ in March of 1988. I want to read a quote that you had, Mike. You said, "Real freedom is having nothing. I was freer when I didn't have a cent. Do you know what I do sometimes? I put on a ski mask and dress in old clothes, go out in the streets, and beg for quarters."
Yeah.
Did you really do that?
Yeah.
When you were the champ?
Yeah, it's go fuck people. I was just a kid, 20 years old. It's people. And I was intrigued with who I was.
Now, that year, you marry a rather formidable opponent in her own right, Robin Givens. What drew you to Robin?
I don't know. I was just a young kid, and I didn't, you know what's so interesting about being where I came from, because I seen a lot of horrific stuff. I didn't know. I thought this woman was something special, you know. But no one's special. We're all the same.
We talked about you knocking out Larry Holmes, and then in '88 you knock out Tony Tubbs, and that sets the stage for the big showdown with Michael Spinks. Did you think it was going to be a hard-fought, tough fight?
I don't know what I thought. You know, if I'm being sincere, I'm gonna be sincere right here. I wish I knew. I just thought that there wasn't. I just thought there's nobody. God can't even beat me. That's what I thought.
I mean, it almost seemed like Michael Spinks was afraid. I mean, 91 seconds. Was it as easy as it seemed?
Well, no, because during the training I was getting the crap beat out of me. So no, I paid my dues. Yeah.
Right. Now, a lot of people say that was the pinnacle of your boxing career. Now, looking back, do you think that was the pinnacle?
No, because when you look at the situation, it's no way that Michael Spinks could ever beat me. You know, it wasn't fair. He was fighting for money. He wasn't fighting to win the fight.
During that time, you have the Barbara Walters interview with Robin Givens, and she's saying things that, and you're just sitting there, and like America's watching going, why isn't he getting mad?
I don't know. I wanted to get mad, but I was just so infatuated in love. I wouldn't. But I really thought about it. I said, wow, it would be good if I just did something drastic or something. I felt like kicking them in the head. I felt like socking them. This is how I felt.
Right.
Okay, so now I felt that way, and I didn't perform that act, but I'm still a scoundrel. But the fact is that I've been married to this woman in 1988 or 87. I was married to her, and she still benefits and get time from just mentioning my name. Am I the only guy that assaulted her, offended her when she had a relationship? How come she always bring up my name? Am I the only guy that hit her? If I'm the only guy that hit her, then I'm just must be a moron. Then I have to be a moron. If I'm the only guy that hit her, then I'm just a cad. Well, Mike did this. If I did it 15, 20 years ago. I'm sorry. I maybe changed a little bit if you don't push me too wrong, but I'm sorry. Okay? Why did she come up in there? Is this a witch? Leave me alone. Yesterday, my wife was a little weird, and she started saying, this guy tormented my life and ruined my life and tormented my life and ruined my life. If my wife really felt that, then I said, well, baby, that's really, she's making our life uncomfortable. All right, then I'm going to go see him and deal with him. Then if that's the place, send your husband or whoever loves you to come deal with me. If I'm driving you so insane and you can't, any fact that I'm doing anything with my life, and you come in and you say, he's a scoundrel, he struck me 20 years ago. Yes, and you deserved it too.
All right, now, you returned to boxing under Don King's management. You fired longtime trainer Kevin Rooney in '88. You divorced Givens in '89. How much did all of these things going on have to do with you starting to lose in boxing?
You know, at that time, I didn't realize I was reaching my nadir. When I'm alone, you know, I get overwhelmed, but I had so many people around me to ease the pain. You don't have to be alone. You know, you can handle that.
In 1990, Mike, you ended up fighting Buster Douglas. Did you think that this guy was a good fighter?
No, I thought he was a great fighter. I watched him lose to Jesse Ferguson.
You end up losing that fight. Everybody knocks you and says you were in shape. You were in shape, and if you watch tapes of that fight, I mean, you knocked him down in the 8th round, and you took a lot of punches before it finally ended.
People confuse. I was in great condition.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
But the fact is, I wasn't in any psychological shape. You know, but Buster did an awesome job. And I always tell people I think that was my best fight I ever had. I would rank that as my best fight, yeah.
How come? Tell me why.
It's just weird because when I come, Coach used to always tell me, because I used to be, he said, yeah, you could beat up everybody, you could do this, and this was, what's going to happen when somebody start beating you up? Can you take it? You know, it's wow. That fight proved that I can take it.
People look at that now and say it's one of the biggest upsets in the history of sports. After it happened, and when you're leaving the ring, could you believe that you had lost? I mean, you'd never lost in the pros.
No, I couldn't believe that I had lost, but once I did lose, the only thing I was thinking about was being champion again.
Really? That was spurring you on?
First thing, only thing goes to mind, when disaster happens, how can we surpass it?
So you didn't feel depression at all? It was just, okay, what's next?
No.
All right, we'll talk about what's next on the comeback trail when we return on Center Stage. I was watching that fight on ESPN5. I thought that was a great.
Alfredo Gullah started in the automotive business as a mechanic and founded his first dealership in 1962. Half a century later, Larchmont Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram is a family-owner dealership built on Alfredo's reputation for outstanding customer service. Come in now during our Memorial Day sales event and test drive a new 2015 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo 4x4. Larchmont Chrysler Jeep Dodge and Ram on Boston Post Road in Larchmont.
What's the name of the game?
Baseball!
Summer Trails has been the premier baseball program in Westchester County for more than 30 years. Instruction from professional big league ball players, live action play, a full day program.
In baseball camp, all we do is baseball, 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 baseball. That's my type.
Our flexible program is sure to meet any family's busy scheduling needs.
Welcome back to Center Stage. We're having a great time talking with the former heavyweight champion of the world, Mike Tyson. So after you lose to Buster Douglas, you start the comeback trail. Two really tough fights that you win against Razor Ruddock, and that sets up a championship fight with Evander Holyfield. But that fight didn't happen due to your conviction on sexual assault in Indianapolis.
No, that was rape. They said I raped her. There was no sexual assault. Don't listen. When you with me, don't try to sugarcoat anything, man.
Now, do you regret what happened in Indianapolis?
No, I didn't. I regret those guys falsely accusing me, but the ordeal, the experience, the experience was awesome because if I didn't go to prison, if I didn't go to prison, I would have never been champion again.
How come?
Because my desire wasn't there no more. After the second Razor Ruddock fight, really the first one, for some reason it wasn't there no more.
What was it like for you? Was it hard to survive? Were the other convicts afraid of you? Did they pick on you?
I fit in right away because, that's my world.
All right, now in prison, Mike, you become a Muslim and you take...
No, that's not true.
No, it's not?
I was a Muslim before I went to prison. I'm just, in prison, they just glamour, he's a Muslim in prison. No, I was always a Muslim.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But I was a Christian too. My parents, all my family, basically are all starch, hardcore Catholics. They think my father was a pimp and everything, right? But listen, Dick, I'm always trying to figure out how did this guy get a chance to do this pimping stuff when he's in church all damn day? So this is really when I hear guys say, hey, I'm a preacher, I'm the reverend. Yeah, reverend/pimp. So that's how come it was hard for me to understand that all. You know what I mean? Until you meet some people that really respect religion and stuff, and then you meet these people and you say, this guy's not like my father. The stories I heard about my father would supersede anything you ever heard about his son as a celebrity or a famous person. Maybe I did pick up some traits, but I'm just so glad I didn't pick up those traits.
Well, you get out of prison, Mike.
Yes.
You have a couple of warm-up fights against Peter McNeely and Buster Mathis Jr.
Yes.
You win the title back, the WBC form of it, from Frank Bruno the next year. Then from Bruce Seldon, the WBA. And then you have the long-awaited Evander Holyfield match. What did you think of Evander as a fighter coming into that fight?
I just thought he was awesome. I had great admiration and respect for him, but I just never thought he could beat me. And I went in the first round. This is what amazed me about him. In the first round, I hit him with a right hand to the body. I heard him screaming. And next thing I know, I'm on a roll. Oh, it's 10 rounds, 11 rounds, What the fuck? I wish I never hit this guy there, I wish I never hit this guy. I hit this guy in the body. He tried to kill me. I heard him scream. He tried to really kill me.
Now, throughout that fight, he's doing these accidental headbutts. How annoying was that for you?
Well, listen, right? This is the real, right? I got away with that, I got the sympathy from that, but I was butting him too. He got the better of the butt game, But he got the better of the butt game, but I use that for my excuse. I was just pissed off, and out of an undisciplined soldier, I bit him.
Well, that was the second fight.
Yeah, but he's just splendid, He's a splendid guy, and that's why I despise him so much, because I admire him so much. I want to kill him. Yeah, I want to kill him.
Well, let's talk about the biting aspect. In June of '77, you have a rematch. It's called The Sound and the Fury. You make $30 million, and Holyfield makes 35. So he's headbutting you, and you bite his ear. Mike, I guess the only question I have is, why would you bite him?
I don't know, I'm a spoiled brat, and it wasn't going my way, and I wanted to hurt him, and I got emotional, and it bit him, and wow, it was just a mess.
Well, Mike,
it was just a mess.
You love boxing. I mean, you love the history and the warrior aspect of it. Looking back on it now, and you see the biting of the ear, how do you judge it?
If you look at it from if I'm objective about it and I look at it, I say, this man's totally undisciplined. This man should be banned from boxing. But no, I was wrong. I was dead wrong. I've always been jealous of him with kids and stuff. And I just, it's stuff. It's just that's how that happened.
You like him now?
Oh, yes. 100%.
All right, so you ended up had your boxing license taken away for a while, but you come back again.
Yeah.
Then you get another title shot against Lennox Lewis, and you guys had a fight at the press conference where you bit his leg. What happened there?
I don't know. I'm just a crazy man. I'm just crazy out of my mind, man.
Now, you lose the Lennox Lewis fight, Mike, but you're really complimentary of him after the fight. Why did you like Lennox Lewis?
I know Lennox since we were 14. We used to spar together.
Right.
When we were kids and stuff. We did well. We really did well.
Well, Mike Tyson attempts another comeback when Center Stage continues here on Yes.
A pride, the New York Yankees. But if you're a Comcast Xfinity customer, you will miss the entire Yankees season on Yes. Switch today to a provider that carries Yes Network. Visit keepyesnetwork.com or call 1-800-8-KEEP-YES.
Forge your stronghold. Train a mighty army. Join players around the world and win a war of strategy. Vikings, War of Clans. Play for free now.
Before the Cadillac ATS-V shook the establishment. Before every angle was carved for competition. Before road ready meant track capable. Before its speed left the segment behind. Before it all, the Cadillac ATS. The fastest turbo 4-cylinder sedan in its class. Daring runs in the family. Current GM lessees get this low mileage lease on this ATS from around $299 per month. Visit your Cadillac dealer today.
Forge your stronghold. Train a mighty army. Join players around the world and win a war of strategy. Vikings, War of Clans. Play for free now.
Welcome back to Center Stage, everybody. That's the great Mike Tyson. I'm Michael Kay. All right, so you have several tattoos. You have Maori tribal work on your face. You have Arthur Ashe, Mao Zedong, Che Guevara. Why these tattoos? Why the tributes?
This is who I am as a person. When I go places over the seas or somewhere, I see people with tattoos on me. I would never put a tattoo of me on me. You know what I mean? And I don't know. It's just what people what they think. It's relevant to them. Arthur Ashe, Mao, Che, these guys are relevant to me.
All right, now after your loss to Holyfield, you sue your managers for conspiring to make Don King your exclusive promoter. You sue him for $100 million for stealing millions from you. Did you ever collect anything off that?
Oh yeah, I've got a lot of money from people, but all that stuff, that was all irrelevant. It wasn't like someone gave me some money and I said, well, I'm gonna put it away and save it for my future.
Right.
No, I was just living my life. I was just gambling with life back then.
You never thought about the future, Mike?
No, I never thought I would live to see the future.
Really?
No.
All right, now, when did you think, all right, I've had enough of boxing? What was the moment where you said, that's it, I'm done?
I don't know, many years ago, but I'd done it in 93 or 95, I guess. In 2005. Yeah, but after that, it's just I was just boxing just for money and ego and drugs, and it was a useless thing, and I didn't want to abuse the sport. Imagine just seeing Mike Tyson getting beat every day, fighting for 25 fights after he retired. It was just abusive. I didn't feel like I wanted to talk to my kids. I wanted them to be able to understand me as well.
You divorced your second wife after the loss to Lewis, and you end up declaring bankruptcy.
No, she divorced me.
Okay, so you end up declaring bankruptcy, and you end up crashing with friends or living in homeless shelters. What are you thinking at this point, Mike? Did you say, what happened to all of this?
No, because really, I'm having a great life. I'm hustling these guys for millions of bucks on the side. I'm just chilling out. I'm doing my drugs and everything. I'm just living this awesome life, but I don't know. I thought maybe I'll die or something. I wasn't feeling good about myself, so I didn't care, right? I meet this lady named Marilyn Murray, right? And she's a therapist, but she's pretty interesting, right? So she says, make a bet you couldn't stay 6 weeks in a rehab. And I was talking slick, and I don't know. I said, 6 weeks, that's nothing. And that's nothing. As soon as I come back from my tour, I'm gonna go into rehab. So I stopped everything for like 2 months. Boom. No drugs, no nothing. I'm going crazy. I'm breaking my hotel room every day in these hotels in Europe. I'm destroying the hotel room. What do you call that stuff? Withdrawals. You know, destroying the rooms. And so I come back. I'm cool. So I come back and go back. I said, man, I'm ready to go, baby. So I go in there. So I think a rehab is where you come to the rehab and you just chill out the rehab and you watch television and you stay there for 6 weeks or 2 months until your time is up. So, okay, I'm in here, and these people say, hey, Mike, let's talk. And they say, hey, so how you doing? How long have you been doing this? Hey, by any chance, are you homosexual? What is your life like? So these people are asking me questions of, whoa, who is this person? Boom, and then they hit me with it, bing, 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 bing. I said, hey, man, I got to get. So I left the next day. Boom, I left. So I realized now after that, after these couple of rehabs, that this is going to be difficult. So I have to throw this ego, which is the most difficult thing to do, is throw my ego to the side. So, I go to this rehab since I got caught with these drugs in the car in this real conservative state of Arizona. So they sent me down here, and so I went to this rehab for like 14 months, and it was touching me. It was a moment of an outbreak of like, wow, there's something here. So I was in this sober world for like 18 months, and it was an amazing thing. And then I lost my daughter. My daughter died, and I freaked out, and I started going to more programs. And then after that, I started doing this vegan stuff. I was 335 pounds, and gradually I started walking. The next thing I know, I'm walking for 2 hours a night, and I started losing weight. And the next thing I know, I said, wow, let's start fasting now. So I'm the kind of guy I fast for 40 days. And boom, I lost 110 pounds.
Wow.
And I'm just, it's an awesome feeling, you know.
You've turned your passion with pigeons into a television show. Let's talk about that. It's on Animal Planet. It's called Talking on Tyson. Taking on Tyson.
Exactly.
Taking, I'm sorry.
Right.
I'm talking with Tyson. This is Taking on Tyson.
Yeah.
Tell me what it's about.
All right. No, this is about me. We had one episode, of course, in which I can't tell you what happened, but when I take my racing pigeons, which I'm a racing fancier, but not really. I'm basically a rolling pigeon. I like rolling pigeons.
What's a rolling pigeon?
A rolling pigeon is a bird around 6 ounces, 8 ounces, and they fly and they roll. And so there's competition, World Cups for racing rolling homers, just like the racing. But with the racing pigeons, it's so horrible. You gotta wait, you gotta send somebody to let them go. Now you gotta wait for them, and you're looking at nothing. You're sitting with your friend, hey man, what was last night about? Nothing, man, I was up there cleaning the bird coop. It's all about pigeon stuff, man. So we wait for the pigeons, and we had a first episode, but I need to get some new birds for the next episode.
All right, now we have a clip from the show, and it's going to air in early 2011, so let's take a look at that.
Oh, this is so cool. I've never seen this stuff, guys. I've never seen this stuff. You always know the guy that has the pigeons is a guy that nobody messes with in the neighborhood. That always demands a lot of respect. I don't know if that's what I wanted from the pigeon world, or did I really get involved with the pigeon, but I always knew the Italian guy or the Puerto Rican guy that had the pigeons in that neighborhood was the man.
Outside, let's go. Looks like you really love this show.
Yeah, it was cool.
Now, with the races that you're talking about, Mike, what's the average distance and how long do the races take?
Well, some can go 1,000 miles, some can go 500 miles, 5,000 miles. You know, it depends on the pedigree of the bird.
The show is Taking on Tyson, and it's on Animal Planet, so it should be fun. Now, talk about Taking on Tyson. Hit and Run is next. He's hit. He hasn't run much in his life, but this is going to be a different experience on Center Stage.
Don't miss a Memorial Day matchup when the Yankees and Blue Jays collide in a rematch north of the border. Tomorrow, as the barbecue cools down, the Bombers heat up.
Oh, did Beltran crush that?
In an early evening showdown against the high-powered Toronto offense. Series coverage starts tomorrow at 6:30, only on Yes.
Recently, a 1954 Mercedes-Benz Grand Prix race car made history when it sold for a record price of just under $30 million. Actually has a surround sound stereo. The 2016 CLA. Lease the CLA 250 for $299 a month at your local Mercedes-Benz dealer. Mercedes-Benz, the best or nothing.
You were born. You live in Westchester. You live in the Hudson Valley. You live in the Bronx. You want world-class medical care without having to travel for it. You have it in Montefiore. With a history of firsts, we're nationally recognized for medical excellence. And with our Albert Einstein College of Medicine, academic and research excellence. And now, state-of-the-art healthcare is just down the road from you. Montefiore, doing more.
It's the finals, biggest rivals, shape the culture, get your sculpture. Painful daggers, raise your swagger. Biggest jumpers, sacred numbers. Make your game bright, get the spotlight. Set the bar high, time to rewrite.
For this Memorial Day, Honda's celebrating the way Americans celebrate best, with pyrotechnics. Because when you can get a Honda for an incredible holiday deal, we think it's worthy of its own monument. Meet Mount Save More.
Get into KBB.com's best value brand at the Honda Memorial Day sales event.
Welcome back, everybody. Our guest is heavyweight boxing legend Mike Tyson. Okay, now it gets fun. Hit and run. I'm going to say something first thing that comes to your mind. Ready? All right, here we go. Most exciting venue for a heavyweight championship fight, Las Vegas or Atlantic City?
At what time? Right now? Las Vegas. 10, 15 years ago? Atlantic City.
Okay. Toughest fight you ever had?
I don't know. Holyfield and Razor Ruddock.
Best piece of advice that anyone ever gave you?
Old too fast, smart too late.
Favorite moment in your career?
I don't know. Buster Douglas.
Even though you lost?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Favorite thing to do after a fight?
I don't know. Eat.
Okay.
Gorge.
If they made a film on the life of Mike Tyson, who should play you?
I don't know. Jamie Foxx.
Favorite musician?
Stevie Wonder.
Favorite film?
Listen, this is an old crappy movie, but it's called The Other Side of Midnight.
It's a great movie.
Yeah.
Now, if granted a do-over, Mike, what would you have done differently?
I like to think I would, being this Mike Tyson guy, Iron Mike, whatever they called me back then. And that little whirlwind stuff, you know, I'd left a lot of records and stuff. You know, I wasn't a stay-home dad, hands-on dad, you know, and all that stuff comes back to haunt you. And I have some awesome kids. I don't even deserve to have the kids I have, you know, kind of far as I was, you know. Some of the women I've been married to and some people I've been involved, they shouldn't even say hi to me or talk to me no more. But I just realized that there's so much love in this world, and I know there's no way I look into the world as being pessimistic. Some peanuts, some nuts, or some. Man, I'm a vegan. I don't eat anything. I don't eat anything.
You look in great shape, though. You feel good?
I feel awesome, and it's scary.
Well, there you go.
I feel that I don't have no drama going on right now. You know, it's just scary. But why am I nobody's trying to sue me or something? I don't have any money, but why aren't they trying to take what couple of pennies I have? That's what it normally used to be. I'm accustomed to that.
All right, if you were trapped in a foxhole, Mike, what person would you like in there with you to help you get out?
I want to be with my wife, my kids, and fight to the death. There'll be no wife and kids.
Yeah?
Yeah.
When we come back, we're in the final round with Michael Tyson. Next on Center Stage.
The new Range Rover Evoque. Land Rover, above and beyond.
This is the way TV used to be.
Hey! Time to sign up, Larry.
Long-term contracts.
I won't do it. It costs too much.
Channels you don't watch.
You'll pay for 400 channels and like it.
Hidden costs.
And there's a rental fee for all of this.
Strong-arm tactics.
Hey, Jack. Your bill is due.
And poor customer service.
No, you can't lower your bill. You signed a contract.
What? I thought this was included.
You think this is a game, Kyle?
It's coming.
Why? I'm just doing my job.
Please, my pastor shop's here.
It's time to say goodbye to the way TV used to be. With Sling TV, you can instantly stream over 30 live channels, including the most popular sports and shows for just $20 a month. Watch now for 7 days free. Go to slingny.com and take back TV.
And here we have 1893 from the makers of Pepsi Cola. I'm gonna smell it. I'm just gonna take one small sip.
That seemed like more than a sip.
1893, boldly blended cola.
More coffee?
Hit me!
Welcome back to Center Stage, everybody. We're here with Mike Tyson. Now, in 2008, the documentary Tyson was released. And, I mean, Mike, you really opened yourself up in this. What was the purpose of doing this?
Originally, I was in rehab when it took place. I'm thinking about we're going to get a good deal on 125th Street and selling it on the corner, selling them in one of these mom and dad stores. So my head is there. I'm thinking about getting this next fix because I'm not right yet. But you have to understand the director's my friend for 20 years. I didn't expect it to be like this, so I'm doing it with him. He's crazy as well. So we're both doing this film together. That's the only guy that can get me to do this.
James Toback,
yeah,
right?
That's the only guy that can get me to do this. My close friend, and he understands my psyche pretty much. So we're doing it, but he's behind the camera and he asked me a question. And I'm sure anybody here that's experienced with film, that may be the way it goes, but I never knew that. I just thought we were having a conversation.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Having the camera as well.
But it's just yours.
Yeah, and that's what made me feel vulnerable when I was in a theater watching it with somebody. I could never watch it. It's just too vulnerable. Just by myself. I thought he was going to give me a hand. He was going to hear his voice and say, well, he asked me that sick stuff. But now I had to carry the weight of a weird dude by myself,
Now, the documentary is on Blu-ray HD. It has special features that come along with that disc. Now, you were in another movie, which is one of the most popular movies in the last couple of years. You rocked in that movie, The Hangover. How did they get you to do that? Did they just ask you, let's do this?
Brett Ratner had a lot to do with this. He knew the people to talk to or something. I knew he had something involved with that, and that's what made it happen.
Was it tough playing Mike Tyson?
No, it wasn't tough at all. It was just a movie I didn't think it was going to be to the degree that it
Did your kids like it?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I go out with my kids sometime, and they love fame, and they love the spot. They love that stuff.
I bet. Now there's supposedly a Hangover 2 coming out, right?
Yes.
Are you going to be in it?
I was told yes, I was going to be in it, yeah.
Do you think you can win an Academy Award?
Well, the only thing I want to do is just stay balanced in life and try to be humble.
I got to ask you this, Mike. All fighters that retire end up coming back. You've never even hinted at it. Now we've heard some rumors because you and Don King have kind of made up. Would you come back?
I would never do that.
But they pay you so much money.
Yeah, but listen, know what the fact, this is what's weird. To do that now, I'm afraid to do it now. Actually, physically afraid to do it now. But back then I was psychologically prepared. Yeah, but right now I can't do that now. There's no way. My body isn't moving, my psyche is not there no more.
Holyfield's still fighting. Mm-hmm. And you say that money doesn't mean anything, but if somebody says we'll give you $50 million to get back in the ring, you wouldn't do it?
I was offered 100.
And you wouldn't do it?
Yeah, somebody offered me 50, but I did something to a friend, who was a fighter, he was an older fighter, so they went like this, I said, yeah, Mike, you can come back, Mike. Man, they better give me $50 million. I'm talking corner talk right now.
Right.
He said, and this guy's old, he's a retired fighter. And that could be arranged. One moment, Mike, let me make that phone call. And he was dead serious. I said, man, are you crazy? Because when you look at these guys and you think about fighting, it's humiliating. That's the most humiliating thing in the world. You just be physically beat up and stuff. You know what I mean? The money just wouldn't matter. You couldn't give me $1 billion because it never was the point money was. I just wanted, it was just my ego. I wanted to do the best. I was nothing, and I was the best of something in the world at one time. So that really drove me. I was intoxicated with that. Money, I never had no money before. Who cares about money? I was the greatest in the world. And I told people I was a god, and they believed me. So what money, how could money replace that?
Now, you've been involved in a lot of age-related charities, Mike. Why is this so important to you?
I don't know. Listen, God is really not a apex in your life when you're a young kid and you still have a lot of money and you still got girls that like you, and God is really not a main system right there, but he's there to see this planet. And as you get older, you get 40 or 45, and then you realize that from a spiritual perspective, you're a waste of life. From a spiritual perspective,
right,
you're just a waste. Okay, it's just been a waste. You haven't really did nothing helping no one collectively. People need to be helped. You know what I mean? People just need to be helped. I just need to be helped, and I need to be at service instead of just collecting, going around and getting famous and collecting all these guys' money when I do these charities, you know? Yeah, I feel even more dirty after that. These guys just come and go worship me. You're great, you're my hero, No, I'm filthy, I'm wretched, but I want to make up now. I want to pay back some kind of way.
Now
I don't understand that. I don't want people to get offended. I'm not offending you for having any kind of veneration to me, but it's just I'm very shallow and simple, and you guys don't see that side. You need to see. I want to do something good. You know what I mean? I just want to help somebody. If I'm gonna die, I want to die getting killed in Darfur. And so how am I gonna die? I'm gonna die over here getting paid money and people kiss somebody. Oh, you're great. I like you. You did great in that fight, man. Give me a. Man, you know, we can't live off our past. The lowest form of conversation in the world is what I was. We can't live off that. We can't. I can't eat off my trophy. My trophies won't feed my kids.
Now you've been quoted as saying, Mike, "I'm not Mother Teresa, but I'm not Charles Manson either." Where do you think you're on the scale these days?
No, that was back then. I was never. I was pretty much more Charles Manson, but yeah, but I just I wanted to live my life. You know what I mean? I wanted to let my will run riot. You know what I mean? And what I realized in life, this is what I've learned out of life. This is very simple and cliche and stuff. Is that if you don't come into this world humble, humbleness will be thrust upon you. And that's a big lesson for me.
You've had an unbelievable life. I mean, just think about where you came from.
It doesn't even match up with the life I have now.
Do you ever sit back and
bad? You're punk, you're rotten, whatever you are, you embrace that and you be real with that feeling. That is happiness. I know who I am. That was an interesting scenario. I don't know if that's the true one, but to know who you are is pretty much happiness. The good and the bad, and to try to do some self-examination. I tried that before. And I don't know, I'm not at that level because that hurts a lot, painful. You know, I have a lot of pain. You know, that I'm trying. I don't know how I let it go. You know, I used to be this, I find myself, I used to be this tough guy, toughest guy in the planet. Next thing I know, I cry at the slightest word of somebody's name or something. I don't know what's wrong with me. I don't think I'm falling to pieces sometimes.
Well, this has been fascinating, Mike. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. That's Mike Tyson. I'm Michael Kay. This is Center Stage. So long, everybody.